See, and Rick Bucher had been reporting we might trade down for Rockies Royals, but didn't happen. How about the battle of the ageless wonders, huh? Randy Johnson, 44 and change. Tim Wakefield, 41. And look at the unit, still with a cat-like quickness, and gets Jacoby Ellsberg.
By the way, that would have been a terrible trade.
Johnson, 6 innings, 2 runs, 8 hits. Now that's former knuckleballer, current Diamondbacks announcer Tom Candiotti. During batting practice, he was throwing the knucklers to D-backs hitters because, you know, they got to prep for Tim Wakefield, right? Did it work? Not so much. No, not really at all. Connor Jackson and Justin Upton, flutter me this, flutter me that. O-Dog, no shot. All the BP you want, not gonna help. Wakefield, 7 innings, no runs. Red Sox win 5-0.
We'll show you Rays and Marlins because only 13,000 showed up in Miami to watch this.
That's a crime.
Yeah, 2 very good baseball teams hook up. We go to the 5th. Rays up 4-0. Carl Crawford hitting better than 400 in his last 7 games. That is a home run off of Ryan Tucker, 21-year-old pitcher for the Marlins. Crawford's second in the game. He has 7 on the season. Meanwhile, still in the 5th. That'll be a theme. Eric Hinsky, RBI double. Jeremy Armida can't come up with it cleanly. B.J. Upton scores, so it's 6-0. Still in the 5th. Did I mention only 13,000 at this game?
Yeah, they actually introduced the fans instead of the starting lineups to save time.
Evan Longoria, 2-run homer. Hinsky comes in. Longoria, 13th of the season. He had 3 ribbies in the game. Still in the 5th. Bases loaded. Still no outs, by the way. Hanley Ramirez can't come up with a James Shields grounder. 2 more scores, 10-0. Still in the 5th. Still no outs. Aki Iwamura, RBI double off the left field wall.
Maybe this is why nobody wants to watch.
Well, you know, still a crime. Ben Zobrist scores 11-0. Still in the 5th, Crawford up again. Broken back grounder to second. Woo! James Shields scores 5 ribbies in the game for Crawford, and then still in the 5th. B.J. Upton, RBI. Aki Iwamura scores. In the inning, 10 runs by the Rays. All 9 players scored. They sent 14 to the plate. They win.
Been around for a very long time. John Kruk, not to be confused with John Kruk. That's pretty close. It's not actually Kruk. It's a fan, but I tell you, that's...
When's he coming in next?
Soon, hopefully. There's Pedro Feliz, which, by the way, means happy, and, well, that's what he is. Pat Burrell scores. RBI triple for Feliz. It's 2-0. Jack Hanahan busting up the no-hitter in the 5th from Kyle Kendrick, but Hanahan getting a little anxious. He's so excited to break up the no-no that he's jogging around like it's a home run. Somehow missed the fact that
it bounced.
It actually bounced, not even close to the wall, and yeah, that's whoops. Good times. Meanwhile, Chase Utley, 1 for his last 28 coming in. All he did was go 4 for 5, a home run shy of the cycle. Phil's win, 4-0. More interleague fun, Angels and Nationals. Halos looking for their 2nd straight road sweep, playing good baseball. Bottom 1, there's Irvin Santana going for his 10th win of the year. Lasting's Millage. Other ideas. 2-run shot for the former Met prospect, 7th of the year, and it's 2-0. Bottom 6, 3-2 Washington. They're loaded. Willie Mo Pena knocking one into right. That'll plate Millage to make it 4-2. Santana, 6 innings, 4 earned, 8 strikeouts, and a no decision. In the 8th, John Roush in a 4-4 game ends a threat. He did blow the save, but he gets Gary Matthews there with a runner at 3rd. Bottom 9, Jesus Flores, who had struck out 3 times, hitting out of the cleanup spot, delivers here. The walk-off single gives the Nats a 5-4 victory.
Mariners and Mets. Seattle going for the sweep. Believe it or not, it would be their first sweep of the season. Mets up 1-0 in the 1st. David Wright facing Miguel Batista, his first start since June 7th. And even those weren't good starts. Batista getting rocked. Wright's 13th puts the Mets up 2-0, and then Wright again in the 2nd. 2 innings, 2 homers. His total for the night, 2 home runs. He still had a good night. 14 on the season now for him. Mets up 4-0. Jose Reyes in the 3rd. That's a 3-run shot. Mets score 8 runs in the first 3 innings and win. It's the first time they've beaten Seattle in their last 8 tries. White Sox and Dodgers. The White Sox with the Twins right in their rear view mirror now. Gavin Floyd. Well, the White Sox have won his last 5 starts, but the Dodgers actually came out swinging. Believe it, Scott. They're scoring runs. Blake DeWitt with a double scores 2, and it's 4-0 LA.
This is the turning point. I feel it.
You think?
Yeah, maybe.
No, probably not. Top 9, Dodgers up 5-0. Eric Stoltz facing Nick Swisher. How do you like this from Eric Stoltz? A complete game, a shutout. Dodgers win 5-zip, by the way. Chicago White Sox a half game up on the Twins now.
Change will stay beautiful. Griffey off of Roy Halladay. 9th of the year, 6.02 career. It's 2-0 Reds. Halladay, not so good. 6 2/3, 5er. 7th inning in a very strange sequence of events. It's a 5-5 game. David Weathers, first pitch to Alex Rios is a base hit. First pitch to Vernon Wells, single. First pitch upcoming to Matt Stairs, single. So he's made 3 pitches, bases are loaded, nobody out. First pitch to Scotty Rowland, all right, he pops out. Now there's 1 out. Next batter, Lyle Overbay. He actually looks at a pitch. And the next pitch is your inning-ending double play. That is 6 pitches, 3 batters reached, no runs scored in the inning. Very weird. We go to the 10th, and Jay Bruce playing the role of hero. He got just enough to score Norris Hopper from third. Just his 2nd RBI in the last 5 games for Bruce, but it does the trick. It's a 3-1 Padre lead until Joe Mauer. Little bingo. Carlos Gomez, Alexi Casilla in, and just like that, brand new ball game tied at 3. In 4th, Brendan Harris starting to heat up. Little man launches one deep, his 4th of the year, and it is 5-3 Twins. In the 6th, more Minnesota offense. This time it's Gomez. That'll play to pair. The Twins go on to win at 9-3, extend their season-high win streak to 8 games. Maddox now winless in his last 9 starts.
It was wet when the Tigers and Cardinals hooked up. I mean, real wet. Raining. Get the umbrella. We can't see behind you. Bottom 3. I mean, that's wet. Tigers down 3-2, 2 on. Kyle Loesch, who's seeking his 10th win. Well, he gets Marcus Timms looking. Timms not happy with a call by Wally Bell. He gets tossed, and then he gets real close. Yeah, real close. Loesch trying to win his 7th consecutive start. That didn't happen, though, because his team was down in the 5th. Rick Ankiel, though, ties it up at 5. His 2nd home run of the 9th. He has 14 of the season. Top 5. Rain comes down hard. Wally Bell says, let's go. We have a delay of 2 hours and 23 minutes. And during the delay, Todd Jones, Tiger closer, dresses up as Maglio Ordonez. He's going to do a little impersonation of this from 2006, the ALCS against the A's. Mags with a home run to win the pennant. So now we go back to Todd Jones. Mentioned Tigers closer doing his best impersonation of Mags. All right. Well, keep in mind the swing. He doesn't hit, except in interleague play in a National League park. And now he's going to trot. So there's your impersonation. He's having a good old time. Well, good for you. Bottom 8. Tigers down 7-6. Everybody's liking it. I just called him Mags almost. Todd is having a great time. He had me fooled.
It's Mags with a Fu Manchu.
Well, how about Mags with a game-tying base hit in the 8th? Scoring Placido Polanco at 7-7. So this story is going somewhere, I promise you. Bottom 9, that's your game winner. Not from Mags, but from Gary Sheffield. But guess who the winning pitcher was? Todd Jones. It all comes full circle. 8-7. Detroit, they've won 11 of 14.
O's and Cubbies, more interleague action. Carlos Zambrano, a little pitch and catch pregame, and then guess who played pitch and catch? It's Mike and Mike throwing at the first pitches. There's Jimmy Edmonds, just 1 home run in 26 games when he was with the Padres, which now seems like a long time ago. And hey, takes Ryan Buchvich deep. How about 6 jacks in 28 games with the Cubs? I say it here, it comes out there. 7-4 game. Hey, Gritty. Yes, Golick. Why don't we sing the 7th inning stretch? And here it is.
Take me out to the ball game. Take me out to the ground. Or it's 1, 2, 3 strikes, you're out at the old ball game. Let's get some more runs.
I've heard worse.
I was going to say the exact same thing. Yep.
All right. Meanwhile, back to the game. Kerry Wood lights out. Lou Scott, Jay Payton, Alex Cintron. You have no shot. 20 to save for Wood. Cubs now 33-9 at Wrigley. They win 7-4. Chamberlain spent the pregame taking his hacks. And keep in mind, he was a good hitter back in the day in American Legion ball. He can swing the stick. Top two. Here's Jabba on the 0-1 pitch. That's low. All right. Now it's 1-1. So I got to keep those hands back. Keep them back. Next pitch. Fouls it off. 1-2 count. Jorge's keep them back. Keep the hands back. Next pitch from Zach Duke. Did he go? No. So it's 2-2. Posada, Derek laughing, yucking, and then 3-2 pitch selected. The man knows how to take a walk, and I guess that's the best that his mates could have hoped for. Bottom five, Jabba doing what he does best, that is throw the ball, and doing a pretty good job of it in this ball game. He strikes out Niger Morgan, gets the appeal, and then in the sixth, Bobby Abreu helping the offensive cause. 3-run shot off of T.J. Beam. Abreu's 10th, and it's 8-0 Yankees. Here's Jabba, 97 on the gun, getting Jason Michaels. Chamberlain's first major league win as a starter is a 10-0 blanking. Is here on SportsCenter. Number 10, Giants Indians, Benji Molina with a rocket. And this is going to make Grady's ladies very, very excited. Look at Sizemore going up and making a play. More from this game in just a bit.
Number 9, Wimbledon, Ana Ivanovic facing a match point, and if that does not go over, she's out of Wimbledon. It goes over, she comes back to win in the third, 10-8.
Turkey, Germany, number 8, Bastian Schweinsteiger, which sounds really cool in German.
Deutschlands erfolgreichster Torschütze in diesem Turnier. Schweinsteiger, Außenriss. Jawohl! Der zweite vernünftige Angriff und das erste Tor für Deutschland.
Who doesn't get that, right? Tigers and Cardinals. Number 7, Troy Gloss. Carlos Guillen with a tremendous play at third in a game the Tigers win on a Gary Sheffield walk-off base hit, 8-7.
I told you we'd have more Giants Indians, and here it is. Franklin Gutierrez, the little looper. Aaron Rowan, who is no stranger to the diving catch. This guy loves getting dirty. Giants win 4-1.
Number 5, here's some soccer for you. Turkey, Germany, late second half. The nice cross. Semi Sinturk puts it in. That is dynamite. I mean, the keeper appears to be right where he should be. Turkish goal.
Let's talk Turkey. Twins, Padres, Alexi Casilla. How about that? Flat out for the stop. Gets his man. One more look, please. These Twins, I tell you, they are playing good baseball. Number 2, Yanks Pirates. Jorge Posada, the bouncer up the middle. Jack.
Oh, my.
He is really, really good with that glove. Yanks would win the game 10-0.
Number 1, the most unlikely of national champions.
Line to right. Detweiler's got it. Cinderella wins a national championship.
One aboard, Justin Morneau. That is good wood. Taking Banks to dead center, his 12th home run of the season. Morneau with 11 RBI in his last 9 games. Minnesota down just 3-2. Top 6 were tied at 3. Brian Busher, broken bat single to right off Brian Corey. Jason Kubel come on home. Twins are up 4-3. Bottom 9, that's the count. 2 out, Joe Nathan facing Edgar Gonzalez. Advantage, Nathan. 5 straight hitless innings for him. Make it a season-high 9 straight wins for Minnesota now. 4-3 is your final as the Twins keep it rolling. It is the Twins' 9-game win streak, and it's their longest since 2006. Now, back then, they won 11 straight on the way to an AL Central title. Minnesota getting it done with pitching. The Twins' team ERA during the win streak, a skinny 1.67, more than 2.5 runs lower than their ERA for the season.
All right, the Rays trying to sweep the Marlins right out of Miami. You know, Florida has the best interleague record among NL teams all time. Raise your hand if you knew that. You're lying. Top of the second, Sean Riggins, crush job to center. Watch Cody Ross over the shoulder. What a grab. B.J. Upton's going to tag up and score. What a play. Rays at a 1-0 lead. Evan Longoria, solo shot off Mark Hendrickson. As Longoria appears to be for real, his 14th. The Rays are 10-2 when he homers. Meanwhile, Matt Garza was flirting with a no-no on pretty much no sleep at all. He's a former Fresno State Bulldog, and they just won the College World Series, and all his boys were calling him at all hours, and this was a noon start, South Florida time. Garza trying to keep the no-hitter going in the bottom of the 7th. The Hanley Ramirez wakes him up with that 17th homer of the year. No-hitter is gone. Bottom 9, Garza still going strong. This time he does get Ramirez. Garza's first career complete game. 38 Major League starts, 1 hit, 10 strikeouts. Wow.
Phillies and the A's. Philly reeling a bit with losses in 7 of its last 8 coming in, but still on top in the NL East. You know, Rich Harden, not impressed. Top 1 was scoreless. Harden gets Jimmy Rollins. J-Roll K'd 3 times. Next batter, Chase Utley. Bottom 1, A's up 1-0. Jack Cust steps in with 1 aboard. Little base knock to center. Sweeney rounding 3rd. We got a play at the plate, and Sweeney's able to reach back and tag before he can be tagged out. A's take a 2-0 lead. Harden continuing. Work that dialed-in thing. Jason Worth, Jeff Jenkins, 95 pitches, 64 for strikes. Just ask Carlos Ruiz. Harden a career-high 11 strikeouts, 8 strong, scoreless. A's win 5.
So Houston dealing with that and the Rangers at the same time. Josh Hamilton back in the lineup after missing Wednesday's game with knee inflammation, facing Wandy Rodriguez in the top of the 1st, and gets hit in the hand. He would later have to leave the game in the 2nd. And Kevin Millwood, all sorts of problems after the balk, gives up that hit. Lance Berkman advances to the 2nd, and Carlos Slee up the middle brings in Berkman, and the Astros go on to win. Wandy Rodriguez, career-high 9 strikeouts. Strikeouts per 9 innings, doing their thing to the Dodgers. Dodgers not hitting at all in this series. How about a $173? Nick Swisher trying to bunt down the 3rd baseline. That's because Russell Martin, the catcher, was playing 3rd. Martin was originally a 3rd baseman in his first year in pro ball, but the Dodgers switched him to catcher. Guys made just 1 error and 14 total chances now at 3rd base. John Danks started for the White Sox on Thursday. You see Danny Ardoin, the liner. Danks fielding the position and doubles off Angel Baroa, inning over. Bottom of the 6th, Danks gets Baroa. Danks allowed just 1 run his last 18 innings, combined 4 relievers on a 5-hitter.
Cardinals and the Tigers out for 2 weeks with a strained left calf. Albert Pujols back with a vengeance at the DH spot Thursday. Top 1 was scoreless. Pujols base hit off Nate Robinson, and he was just getting started. Top 9 were tied at 1 with 2 aboard. Pujols, little single to left. That'll bring home Skip Schumacher. Pujols 4 for 4 with a run there via the RBI. Cardinals up 2-1. Bottom 9, it's Gary Sheffield. And we've got a tie ball game. His 5th home run of the season. We're tied at 2 after 9. Bottom 10, bases loaded, 3-2 count. Here's your ball game. Mike Parisi walking Cleat Thomas. Thomas, 2nd run scoring walk of the day. The difference, Tigers win 3-2.
So, top of the 2nd, scoreless lead, gets Brian Horwitz swinging. Bottom of the 3rd, Indians up 1-0, runners in the corners. Johnny Peralta, deep left center. Horwitz, he'll give you the effort. It runs into the wall, not all that close to the baseball. Jamie Carroll and Ben Francisco score, and there's some run support for Cliff Lee. It was 3-0. On to the top of the 4th. As Horwitz is all over the highlight, none of it good. Can't check the swing there, and Horwitz strikes out looking. He did strike out 3 times, and then Travis Denker, same deal. Lee struck out 11. Career high as he improves to 11-1. All right, it's safe to say no one predicted the AL Central would look like this. The Twins, on the strength of their 9-game winning streak, they're just a half game back. Toronto. Volquez is not allowed more than 3 earned in a game. What a start to a career. Bottom of the 2nd, Scott Rowland has liftoff. That's the first home run that Volquez has given up to a right-handed hitter all season. Are you kidding me? Well, Lyle Overbay, he's not kidding. Joe Inglet and Vernon Wells score. The Jays are pounding the kid. 5-0. Bottom of the 5th. Here's Rowland doubling to right. That's going to score Wells. Dusty's seen enough. Volquez 4 1/3, a season worst 5 earned. He allows 7 hits. Didn't strike out a batter. On the other hand, there's Jesse Litch looking sharp. Gets Jay Bruce. 3 batters later, it's Jerry Hairston. Litch, 8 innings, 3 hits, 6 strikeouts. Jays blowout win. Reds have dropped 8 of them. score, 2 down. Bases loaded for Kevin Millar with the count full. Millar walks. That's a solid RBI, and the Orioles had a 1-0 lead. Next batter's Aubrey Huff. This is a 1-2 pitch, and Huff doesn't care. RBI double to right. He's going to score a pair, and the O's had a 3-0 lead. Very next batter, the first pitch, Jay Payton with the base hit to score 2 more. Orioles go on to win 11-4. Maybe the only good news for the Cubs, Lou Piniella will replace the fired Willie Randolph as a National League coach at next month's All-Star game at Yankee Stadium. Never lets me do number 10, but he's been wiped out for our purposes. At number 10, pick that up. Montreal Hamilton, Canadian Football League. Montreal's Anthony Calvillo, 32-yard touchdown, second leading passer CFL history behind Damon Allen.
Number 9, WNBA Fever Liberty triple overtime. Shamika Christian, the deep 3. She had 23. Liberty win 102-96.
At number 8, Rays and Marlins. Got to see this one again. This was some catch. Sean Riggins to center. That's got to be an extra base hit or not. Cody Ross, tremendous over-the-shoulder catch. Riggins doesn't get a sac fly for his effort.
Number 7, White Sox Dodgers. James Loney, weak grounder to second. Alexei Ramirez scoops it, makes the glove toss, starts the DP. Great hand-eye coordination there. Tremendous.
Coming in at number 6, you know when you put your catcher at third base, people are going to try to bunt on him, and Russell Martin doesn't care. What a play by the catcher who was playing third base, Russell Martin, handling the bunt.
Number 5, Euro 2008 semifinals, Russia versus Spain. Great chip pass. Danny Giza flicks it up toward the corner. It's a goal. And you know what? Spain advances.
At number 4, back to that White Sox-Dodgers game. Danny Ardois on the liner. John Danks is pitching great. Great catch, too, and able to double Angel Baroa off first base. Man can field his position. White Sox win.
Number 3, it's the U.S. Women's Open, round number 1. Check out 14-year-old Victoria Tanko on number 9. Second shot on a par 4. Oh, it's got a little something. A great spin, and yeah, Tanko finished at +1. Great shot.
At number 2, Wimbledon, Andy Roddick up against Janko Tipsarevic. A long exchange. Tipsarevic, the awesome backhand while falling down for the point. Are you kidding me? He wasn't. He beat Roddick 4 sets to advance.